Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. She's the host of the show, and she is the real estate voice. In fact, this is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. That's the name, and that's also her guarantee. Barb, a lot of people believe this market is so hot that there is no issue with selling a home. So why go with a full commission, full service agent when you can get the same services pretty much from an agent who discounts their fee or by selling it themselves? Are they really going to save money doing that, Barb?
Well, I mean, sometimes it does work. There are probably 30% of sales that take place that are not on the market. So it's a lot more than people think. Either they have their own buyer or maybe they're selling to big tech, who knows? But I get why people think some real estate agents are not helpful, both on the buy side and the sell side. I just read a really funny report written by a millennial financial person. And he's like, what do real estate agents do anyway? They get me access to houses I can get myself. I can get my own financing. I can write my own contract. I mean, they think, especially buyer's agents, are really useless. He was talking about them being messengers instead of negotiators. It was pretty funny. And I can't argue with him because the training in the industry is pretty bad. And people really, what they want is a solution for their problems, right? So if you're selling your home like a year or so ago, I bet there were a lot of people that put their house on the market for sale by owner. Probably an agent got involved anyway. I had a client that we actually sold their home up in Crystal Park, but they stumbled on this home. They found a home for sale by owner. They went directly to the seller. I don't know exactly what happened, but somehow a real estate agent inserted themselves into it. And I got this really sweet thank you card from them after they purchased their home. And they thanked us and they said they wish they had us with them for that transaction because it was, I guess it wasn't a good experience. I don't know what happened, but it really ended up not being a for sale by owner because there was a real estate agent involved. So, but people want solutions to problems, like if they have a house to sell. Very few agents offer a guarantee that if you have a house to sell, you could buy our listings, we can buy yours. Very few agents offer a cancellation guarantee. And what most real estate agents do is they take pictures as it is, put it on the MLS, and kind of hope somebody else has a buyer. And you know what? Home sellers can sell it themselves. I've recently helped a few people do just that. They had already found their own buyers. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. I'll give them whatever advice that I can. I don't charge them anything because they were repeat clients. I'd already worked with them on other transactions. They found an investor to buy their home. They asked me about value. I don't mind helping people in that situation to help with their assets, especially if they work with me on other transactions. I'm happy to do it and I'll give them good instruction on it. Just had an investor call me the other day and said, hey, is there any reason why I can't write my own offer? I said, no, you're pretty experienced at doing this, so I kind of guided him through that, told him what to watch out for, and I'm sure I'll get an opportunity to work with him again. But if they are selling themselves, the only problem is, are they actually getting the highest price? So some homes aren't necessarily suitable for that. Like this one that I was dealing with had some issues, both structurally. It was an older home. And so it really, if we have gone retail on the market, they probably would have gotten beaten up on price, and the investor offered them a decent price. I said, you should take that. It's pretty good. But you want to make sure, if you don't have any experience selling homes, that you understand that there could be some future problems. We just sold Lance and Shirley's home. They hired us. We actually met with them more than a year ago, and then they came back again. And we just a few weeks ago were able to get them $50,000 over asking price, but they had done everything right. They decluttered the home. It was fresh and clean. The landscaping looked beautiful, and it was in the right location. So the legal challenges are that there are certain disclosures that have to be made per the state. So you don't want anything coming back on you after closing. Things like your knowledge of any defects in the home. Or if you have an HOA, you actually have to disclose all of the documents in the HOA, because there is a state law that they could fine you if you don't do that. You also have to do a lead-based paint disclosure. So there's all these little things that would have to be done. And if you're interested in finding out about that, I'd be happy to give you a checklist of what you need. Just call me at 719-301-3900 and I'll be happy to talk with you about it. Now, let's say you're doing seller financing. A lot of people are afraid of that, but some people aren't. So if you do seller financing, the state actually took away the ability for a real estate agent to write those contracts, which I think is a good thing. Because it is a financial instrument that has to be recorded like a deed of trust and all that. And title companies aren't licensed to do it. Only attorneys can write those contracts where you're being the bank for a home that you own outright. The other issues that could come back and haunt you after the fact is, let's say you go for sale by owner, you get a buyer says, oh, I love it, I gotta have it, yeah, I'm pre-qualified. Then maybe you tie up the property with them and you find out, whoops, they really aren't qualified, or they have a house to sell. I recently received an offer on one of my listings in which the buyer had to sell a house to purchase it, but neither the agent told me they had a house to sell, and nor did the lender until I asked him. So you need to know how to vet buyers and how to ask the right questions. And sometimes it may not be in writing. And I know, there are some bad agents out there that kind of make it harder for the good agents to work with us. I was talking about that young man. He bought a house from sight unseen, young military couple. They were told the house was close to the base. It actually is not. They were told the inspection repairs were done. They actually were not. One of them was a safety issue, like electrical repairs that should have been done. And they didn't have, even though it was requested, they didn't have a licensed electrician do the work. So when they came in and brought an electrician to look at it, it was going to cost the new home buyer another $8,000 or $9,000 to solve the problem. And so now he's got to deal with, suing them. I suggested small claims court. I think you can go up to 8,500 for small claims court. Other problems they had, and this is the agent, they bought it sight unseen. So the agent participated on the walkthrough and said, oh yeah, all the agreed upon repairs were done. So when they get to the home, they had gas leaks, smell of rotten eggs. That's a clue. If you smell rotten eggs, you got a gas leak. That's why they put that smell in there for a reason. You also had plumbing leaks. Now, those were relatively inexpensive things, but the biggest issue was that they were lied to about how really close this property was to their commute to work. And I know everybody wants a great deal and everybody wants to save the commission. But at the end of the day, if you get an agent that knows what they're doing, the commission is kind of a non-event, and they can save you thousands of problems like that after the fact. I recently sold a client's home who originally was listed with a discount agent. Even the discount agent actually asked the seller to pay for the pictures, and they had it on the market while the period where the market was red hot. They had no sale. Then they're forced to move back into it. So they hired me to sell the house. We had to get it looking good for buyers, and I was able to command well above asking price just a few months later. So that discount agent would not have saved them any money, and it would have sat on the market for a long time and gotten kind of tired and worn. But what they did was the right thing, and they ended up getting the most money for the home. So not all real estate agents are the same. You want to choose an agent that can actually show you how you can command top dollar and get you the most money. I've actually helped hundreds of home sellers every single year. And I've helped home sellers that have tried to hire discount agents who might charge a low fee, but at the end of the day, you don't really capture most of the equity that you should get out of your home. So the question is, are you really saving money when you get a discounted service provider? So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900. We will sit down and meet with you, give you a good idea on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale. Figure out what your home will sell for, how much you're going to put in your pocket when it sells, and help you get ready for pictures so we can help you command top dollar. All of this is a free service, and you're never obligated to sign an agreement. So it's not just about saving the commission. Some agents won't fight for you to get you top dollar. Like if you have an inspection objection, right? And they come in and say, oh, well, this is what they want done. And if you don't do it, they could terminate their contract. So you have to do it. That's not really true. You need a negotiator that can work with the parties to make sure we get it to the finish line without it being unreasonable. Recently I had somebody that came in and said, we want a $5,000 credit to replace that Federal Pacific panel. Well, it doesn't cost that much. So we were able to present a estimate that was half that, and we negotiated a much lower cost for that repair. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900. We are a full service brokerage. We not only offer staging, we offer a free service to use our moving vans for either getting ready for pictures or even after. In the state of Colorado, you can use the van. For me, it's a big billboard driving around. And all you need to do to get started is just call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the host, and you can always reach her at 719-301-3900. We're talking, Barb, about whether or not choosing a discount agent is going to help a home seller save money. Barb, what are some of the other things a home seller should look for when they're choosing an agent to represent one of their largest assets in their entire life?
I think overall, you just want to get an agent that really knows how to appropriately price your home, that knows how to market, and that knows how to help you prepare. It's the 3 Ps: pricing, preparation, and promotion. So the agent does the promotion part, which is the marketing. If they're not doing anything other than post and hope and using their smartphone to take pictures, you've got a problem. And you know what? We've got a great free report that you could download from our website. Go to barbhasthebuyers.com. The free report is entitled How to Sell Your Home Without an Agent and Save the Commission. Go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on the seller guide, and you'll see a caption that says Sell by Owner, or just call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing guaranteed sales programs, truth or fiction, plus Barb's hot new listings. You don't want to miss any of those.